It is to make a name in the ever-growing, ever-changing and ever-challenging industry. Art competitions have become a platform that's taken seriously by young and upcoming artists for the power they have in changing one's life and journey in the industry by affording them exposure, financial support and of course access to more boosts. The Sasol New Signatures Art Competition, which is the longest running art competition in South Africa, is currently traveling around the country hosting information sessions by acclaimed artist Peter Binsbergen. The information sessions kicked off in Bloem yesterday and will conclude in Pretoria on Tuesday. But joining us now to tell us a little bit more about the sessions and the competition is Sasol's art curator, Cecile Loedolff. Good to have you. Welcome to the studios.
Thank you, Leanne.
All right. Now, what exactly are the information sessions and what role do they play in this particular competition?
I think it's quite important because we're looking at people that's actually we call emerging artists, and they don't really know how to enter competitions. How do they go about it? And I think the information sessions is quite important because Peter Binsbergen helps him in that regard. He tells them how to enter, what their work should look like. Yeah. It's got to be professionally done. It's got to be submitted in a very professional manner. If you don't do that, then it tells us something. Listen, I'm not interested in this competition. I'm not serious about my art. But you've got to guide them. And because they are really not knowledgeable in that field, because you can enter from the age of 18, but you can also enter from the age of 70 for that matter.
So what are the criteria? Who is eligible to enter?
Well, anybody can enter, as long as they never had a solo exhibition. And what we mean by solo is that you shouldn't have an exhibition with at least a body of work of 20 pieces. Okay. But that excludes the people, normally people that's got a master's degree, they've got to have a solo show, but it's part of the studies. So if they had a solo show as far as the studies, they can still enter for the Sasol New Signatures Art Competition.
I can imagine that one of the biggest, I suppose, what is the word I'm looking for? One of the biggest challenges is to try and narrow it down when it comes to entries, because you must have an influx of entries suddenly.
Yes, there's quite a number of artists entering, but we want that because that's when you really choose the best pieces. Yeah. And just coming back to the info sessions, Peter also shows them a video of the previous year's winners of their works and where the artists actually discussed their works. And I think that's very important for the people that enters it, to see what happened, what was selected the previous years, and how they got to go about it.
Yeah. Talk to us a little bit about Peter. Why do you feel he's the best guy for the job?
Well, they change it every few years. Yeah. There's a new person that becomes the chairman. But Peter Binsbergen, he was a lecturer, and he's still a lecturer. But he works with students, so he knows how the minds of young people work. Yes, of course, and how to actually motivate them to get involved. And he's also busy with his doctorate degree, and I think he can actually contribute a lot towards this competition.
Any previous winners of the competition that have got on to greater and bigger things?
Of course.
Yeah.
There's quite a number of them, and we just look at Marco Chanfinelli that does all that large sculptures everywhere. Wow. You're looking at Hanneke Bernardi, that's going to be this year the Arts Festival. Art is the main artist in the Bos. So yes, it's artists that's still there, still making their names, still keep the people aware of who and what they are and what they do.
That's amazing. Just give us some details. How do you go about entering?
You can enter, there's different dates that you've got to enter in different places. So the best is actually to go to Sasol's website. Good. It's www.sasolnewsignatures.co.za, and you can actually view all the details there, when to enter, how to enter, and also the criteria, because there are different rules for different pieces.
So. Good. All the details are there. Go. If this is what you're involved in and you're interested in it, go out there, enter, visit the website, and you'll be able to do exactly that. Cecile, thank you so much for talking to us. She, of course, is the art curator for Sasol and the lady in charge of the Sasol New Signatures Art Competition. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, let's take a break.